Hello again, everybody. Alright, so, I was going through the original deal here. If I go to the saving I had, it was this one here. Power arrow F. Let's see, screenshots, here we go. No, that's not, yeah, we were on the right page. So I liked this one, it looked good. I liked a lot of the stuff that was in there. We may come back and poach some of this. But I like the colors better on the power arrow darker. This one here, I just like that kind of alternating gray and black. I just think it looks better, a little bit of red in there. I think it looks pretty solid. It also has a little bit more to it, so we'll get into the thing called Lain, L-A-I-N. And there's another library that he's added, it's called Scratch Drop. So we're going to get a little deeper than the normal Lua. The other one was pretty vanilla. Everything was an RC Lua, and the built-in libraries under user share, awesome libs, whatever. He actually has a couple repositories right in that config level. So we'll check that out and see if we can make it work. I did have an issue copying and pasting a bunch of stuff when I was pasting it into into terminal. Ended up having some type of segmentation fault or something. I couldn't figure out what the problem was because it looked like everything was right, and I kept getting errors. And I read online somewhere that you can actually get errors pasting it into terminals from, I would just do Shift capital or just Shift Y. It goes into a frame buffer, and then I was pasting into a terminal. There's some kind of corruption in there. So now, from now on, I'm going to copy to the clipboard and paste into gedit just to make sure there's no corruption there, because I was banging my head over that one. I couldn't figure out what the hell the problem was. But anyway, so we'll be working in gedit for the rest of this, just because I don't want to. This thing's hard enough to make work without causing yourself a bunch of issues. So I think I'm pretty much where I was before. What did we do last time? We added vicious. We're probably going to take that out, and menu bar. We did our variable definitions here. It's a little bit different in lining up here under gedit, but yeah, so we're calling our basic stuff, our theme, the way we pull on our themes. I changed it to power arrow darker. I went to themes, power arrow darker, copied the theme.lua over, and the icons, a whole bunch of those suckers. So that's already been done, so we won't bore you with that. So now we're just going to drop right into the RC. One thing you're going to note is he's calling scratch drop and Lain. So what the first thing you want to do is you're going to have to go to go back to 3. So you're going to need to make this directory scratch drop and this directory Lain. It's a little easier to see it this way. You need to make this directory and this directory. The cool thing is you can actually git pull Lain or git clone. But scratch drop's not bad, so let's just go to scratch drop. And it's just the one file. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up, because I might have pasted in using, I'm just going to go ahead and remove it, because I might have had an issue with that rm init Lua, and I'm just going to make a new one, because again I don't want to have any chance of faults. So let's go ahead and go to go to scratch drop init.lua. I'm not going to use a frame buffer this time. I'm going to do the right click, copy, and paste. We're going to save that into scratch drop as init.lua. Okay, we can go ahead and close that. So again, all we have in there is in config awesome scratch drop is init.lua. He has a README in there, just because just this little bit of history here. The other version I had from here had this scratch. So if we lay scratch, you see there's drop, knit, and pad. So we just kind of combined all those. They're kind of all similar, so I just remove some redundancy. I still need that for my holo theme because it pulls scratch instead of scratch pad. I could probably try to merge those, but anyways, I might do that later. So next thing we want to do is go back to copycats here and go to the, let's go back here, and you're going to notice that it pulls lane. So we need to add both of these to the RC copy. Bring it up here, paste, Control V, that should be safe. And then I'm going to go ahead and take out menu bar and vicious. We don't need those actually. We're going to use lane instead. Side note, we need to install lane, so let's go ahead and go to Y as again the art, lane, and just add an awesome in there, see if it's going to show up. Yeah, okay, so just do Yowert lane awesome and install layouts, utilities, and widgets for awesome. It's kind of a replacement for vicious. I've never actually gotten it to work, so I'm a little bit nervous about that. Hopefully we won't have any issues. Alright, so back here, and I gotta have everything lining up here. Can't help it. Alright, so now we need to, we just made the scratch drop directory, now we need to make the lane directory. So the good thing about that is we can do a git pull. So we go to awesome, and we go to lane, and you can just do a git pull. So just do just copy this and do git at this level config awesome, clone, and then paste, and you'll have this folder. The reason we don't want to I'm just gonna delete that. The reason we don't want to right, make all these folders is, let's just LA lane, and it's got all kinds of stuff. It's got way too much. You're not going to want to do all that. So just git clone it. Much easier. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. So once you have that, you should be good to go. Another thing you want to look at here is, where is it? Screenshots. There's something about okay, it does have a good general license, that's good. It has some it had something about, let's just do a search. Be sure to have its dependencies. So I think they're pretty general. It's just also utils, curl, and image magic. So just do a y. You should definitely have it. Y curl. That's where it's going to be hundreds of them. No, only 50. And y image magic. So have all those installed. Alright, so once you're there, now that you're there, let's go ahead and drop in. See what we have here. So he has a little bit different way, I think I might already said, of handling all this stuff. He has an auto start function. I'm not going to do that. His variable definition is different. We don't need to worry about this. We did it a different way. We did a chain of defining directories. He does the mod keys. We have that. Don't need that. These are browsers and graphics. So the layouts, we don't need to worry about that. We've got all that taken care of. Wallpaper's good. Let's go ahead and add the menu. We do want to have a menu. Let's just take out this whole menu section. backspace, Control V. I prefer to have a menu like this, and I believe he's probably gonna have something below with a making the drop-down menu work. Okay, so we're going to want to define the markup. I don't know what this is yet, but we should be safe by just let's take a look at what our menu bar, launcher, wibox, all we have so far. This is the only thing we have in our wibox. And then this actually creates it and defines where they go. It's got layout boxes, and then below you're going to have your left layout, right layout, left layout, all that kind of good stuff, so which side it goes on. But definition of stuff, widgets in the wibox is just the clock at this point. So we're going to use a clock icon, and it's an image box. It's going to use widget clock. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy to here. And just copy right over that. We should be good. We shouldn't have a problem. Well, let's just do this first just to make sure we're good. So Control S to save. Mod Control R to reload, and we do have an issue here. Alright, Lua 106. Where do we need to go? Lua 106. Alright, well, I'm going to take a look at this and see if I can figure it out, and I'll get right back. Alright, that was pretty stupid. So pretty much all I had to do was I copied over the menu like so, and I left this in here when I copied this over, so obviously you need to take the whole thing. I left these two lines in and gave me error on this line right here. So it should be like that. So let's do a save and reload, and we're good. Now the next thing we did was wibox text clock, so we're going to start working in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get rid of this, and we're going to start bringing over some of these things. So we need to mark up and the calendar, so we can do baby steps here. Copy. Good thing about doing this in baby steps is, Control S to save, is you get to pick exactly where the problem is. So reload. And now we got this 106. To index global lane 106. Alright, so I'm going to leave it running and see if I can't figure out what the problem is. So this is the problem. I've never really worked with lane before. Lane widgets. Oh, shit. When I copied it over, I didn't copy everything over. Alright. So, let's do this again. It was a derp right there. Alright. Of course, it's not going to recognize it because I haven't imported it yet. Save, reload. Now what? Alright. Oh, do I not have menu bar? Alright, let's take a look at my other erc.lua.holo, and I do have menu bar here. Why does he not have menu bar on his? I'm going to go ahead and try to include it and see what happens. I'm going to have after this local, come on, type here, menu bar I'm not sure that's it. What else did I have? Let's just try that real quick. Yeah, that was it. I don't know what the problem or why it's not in here. He might have it somewhere else hidden from us in his path, that's not calling it directly. So anyways, you always got to just fumble around and figure that stuff out, unfortunately. It's part of the game. Alright, so I don't have any plans on doing this type of email. I might try to pull in Gmail later. I just want to see if it'll work, if it'll blow it up or not. So we go down to below calendar. And I'm not used to these colors. Did he comp that out? Mail icon. Okay, so it's highlighted. The brackets there. It's strange. Alright, comment it because it needs to be set for you. So I'm just gonna delete it. I don't want to mess with that. I don't have an IMAP email account. If you had something like Mutt set up, you could use that, but I'm not going to do it. Alright, here's always one of the tough ones. So part of Lane has so we go to Lane and we go to scripts. Oops. You'll see there's an MPD cover. It's got a bunch of stuff in here. It did not work for my other setup. So I'm a little nervous about it. It's one of the harder things. It seems to be one of the things that has the more common to have problems. But let's give it a try. Copy. Paste. Fingers crossed here. Wow, it worked. Now we should just need to call it this MPD icon. Right on. That's cool. Alright, so we've got a bunch of stuff here. Let's just do one by one. CPU. Copy. Paste. Save. Reload. No errors. Sweet. Core temp. Let's just do a couple. Battery. Copy. Paste. Save. Reload. Sweet. No errors. ALSA. Volume. And net. Control V to paste. Save. Reload. Sweet. No errors. Alright. Now we just need to do some separators. We're just about there, folks. Net. Save. Reload. No problem. Alright, so he's going to be calling his spacers, spacer, arrangements, MPD widgets, icons, battery widgets. So I'm just going to go ahead and take it from here up to calling of the creation of the wibox. Kind of take that whole chunk, and we'll go ahead and do it from right here down to right here, I believe, right before mouse bindings. I believe it was mouse bindings. And paste it in there, save it, reload it. Alright, so we do have a problem here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go over here. And it was too much to hope, I guess. Save it, reload it. Let's make sure I did that right. So to this point, let's just do it piecemeal then, huh? So we go to widgets that are aligned to the upper left, fixed horizontal. Blah 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 blah. Fixed horizontal. Control V. Save, reload. Alright. No problems there. And we got our although we do have an issue with our font. See how it's not aligned correctly? I had this on my other as well. So anyways, we got a calendar. And these are going to be right below that. I'm going to go from right layout down to my layout box. Copy. Control V. Save. Reload. Alright, so there is a problem here. Check widget. Add. Main chunk. Gears debug. Check widget. Add. False asset. Check widget. Alright, just give me a user share. Okay, config awesome 316. 316 is a problem. Oh, mail icon. Let's just get rid of that as well. It's gotta line up, man. We gotta have it line up. Save. Reload. Sweet, man. Look at that. That looks good. Alright, so we've got a place here for mail once we get that sorted. And let's do a quick update. And check our download looks good. Upload looks good. Yeah, sure. Got our CPU, our memory, volume, and PD paused. Let's take it. Alright, so I don't have my key bindings. I'm going to have to do my key bindings. But at this point, I'm going to go ahead and break it because I think we're doing alright. So, talk to you next time.